her in fourth. This is China's Jing Duan. We're expecting a very good performance from China, as we always do with every one of their athletes. They take every discipline extremely seriously. And of course, China was the birthplace of all wushu, all these different theories of power. How about that?
Very sharp circle walking, very pristine.
And then immediately that power is manifested in most intricate movement.
See a lot of the power drawing from from her core.
And then the smaller circle there. That is the rest of the China team, and that's kind of what I was saying to the Chinese exponents. It's not just expressing the style, it's almost in tribute to the theory of power that was derived, and it is a very beautiful rendition. Of course, it does usually reap rewards and results.
Very strong
really is,
performance.
yeah, very, very strong indeed. And as I said, if one of these exponents can make you glimpse the style within even more clearly.
You can really see the control of her waist right here.
Yeah.
Look at the power.
Yeah, exactly. Just absolutely explosive when it does come out.
Final score 9.57.
9.57, not surprisingly.
She was also the silver medalist in this event at the 13th World Wushu Championships. We'll see if she can top China this time.
Well, that was a pretty good performance from Jing Duan. That almost was a Tai Chi beginning. And then the coiling, the circle walking.
Nice transfer of power there.
Yeah. So in terms of kicking height, just now we just saw a high kick. Would it have to be around shoulder or above shoulder?
It depends on what they're trying to do, but yeah, it could be above shoulder. But generally, you don't see anything above the head.
That was some great flexibility in the torso. We showcased that before the end.
Got a lot of good waist movements. Is there a circle walk? A little bit heavier in the stepping right there. Here's good waist movement.
It's just in that movement there with the arms that you could see another place where you could lose was most probably to address multiple attackers and people attacking from various directions. So offensive and defensive at the same time. So interesting style that you're about to watch, and the first exponent is Zeynep Makbule Akyüz from Turkey. Immediately you can see, there you go, there are those circular motions and twisting round.
There's a circle walking right there.
That's it, right? And that, if there was, for example, powder on the soles of her feet, that should trace a perfect circle as she moves around. But on top of that, the attacks are launched from that, and the power, as I said, is coiled up.
See a lot of directional changes right there.
Yeah, I also read that when training for Bagua, you start with a smaller circle and then you move with a bigger one.
Right. Because as your stance work gets a little bit better, you're able to trace larger steps, larger movements.
So what are the other, in addition to circle walking, what would be the other requisites that you'd have to put into a routine?
A lot of lifting. You'll see a lot of these movements. There's just a lot of ways for them to attack.
Right.
And you'll see a lot of fluidity in the shoulders and the waist, and really just the evasive maneuvers that you'll need.
There's that very Tai Chi ending. We're switching off the Chi. So our first competitor in women's Bagua Zhang. 9.21 for Zainab.
Final score 9.21.
9.21, good. Now this is Macau's Pui K Ho. We've seen her in action this week as well. Again, there's the twist. And just look at those feet just turning. Well, it's fascinating to watch. Of course, I'm assuming with the twisting movement that your shoulders would have to be aligned as well.
Right.
Because that would be an easy place to lose a lot of momentum, lose a lot of that chi and power.
Just looking happy with that performance.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great example there of what I was talking about. If you think about the central line down the body, spinning around that, there's plenty of opportunities to lose energy as you rotate. And as Anthony pointed out, if your hips are stiff, if your waist is stiff, then of course two parts of your body will be moving at different.
Right. And like Xingyi, the upper body and lower body has to be synchronized.
Synchronized. I think there were a couple of competitors near the end of the field in Xingyi, which it did really honestly see that both lower and upper body were not in sync at all, and most of that power was being lost around the waist area. Fascinating when you get into it. Power, derivation, and then after that management, of course, and execution. And as Anthony pointed out, I think it was yesterday, it's not something within the time limit that you can think about to derive that power, manage it and execute it. It's muscle memory, it's years and years of training. These more difficult disciplines, that's essentially why they are more difficult. And that, just to add, does not mean in any way that long fist and southern fist are easy. 9.19 is going to put her in second spot. She's very happy with that performance. Some of her Macau teammates as well. This is Haga Mohammed El Said from Egypt. In that twisting torso. The cross step leading into that circle walk. She wants me to get out of here. So, Lissy Liu halfway through her routine now. Just see the other judges in the background. And wrapped in this performance. What a great, fantastic, spectacular way to close out the Taolu mats after 5 days of heavy competition. Some of these essential internal martial arts.
Not bad performance by Lissy Liu.
Looking at the highlights here.
Waist is a little bit stiff in these replays.
I'm assuming you need it to twist.
Right. Need more flexibility and draw the power from
Yeah.
the central point.
Final score 9.12.
9.12, and being third in the field, that is going to put it at second after Zainab. In her in action as well.
Shoulder movements.
You need to have extremely good spatial awareness if you're moving in coils and then you're changing direction.
Right. A lot of directional changing.
Yeah.
Lots of arm power there.
Yeah. The torso is moving in unison, being that link power between the arms and the legs. Oh, very nice from Wei Jian Li.
That quick coil combination.
Yeah.
Good waist control over there in that sequence.
That's exactly what I was saying before, and you could actually see at that point that her torso was